Welcome, friends, to our next Bhagavad Gita lesson. I'm in Boulder, Colorado. This morning, I'll head back to New York City. Let's start with a slow, deep breath. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shanti. We'll spend one more week on the first verse of the 6th chapter. I'm calling this episode number 236. Sorry about that. It's 237. The importance of fire. And it goes, the Blessed Lord said, if you carry out your duties without seeking the fruits for yourself, you are both a true sannyasin and a yogi, unlike those who have abandoned fire and activity. Sri Krishna uses two terms here, a true sannyasin, who's normally considered to be a monk, and a yogi, which in this context means a karma yogi. And he doesn't make any distinction between these two as long as they've not abandoned fire and activity. Fire symbolizes yajna. Yajna means performing an action as a loving offering to God or to the whole. In yajna, we perceive, or at least understand, the perfection that underlies the creation, while at the same time our eyes are open to the suffering around us. And we feel moved to do something about it according to our role in life, our swadharma. If we ignore that inner prompting and follow the will of the ego, our non-action may add to our karmic load that we're carrying. Normally we think action is what creates karma, but here non-action could also generate karma. Ramdas, the American Ramdas, puts yajna beautifully. He says, I do something because if you're suffering, I'm suffering. Because I've seen the plane where we're all one. In other words, the motivations for service that hold up best are not service out of altruism, not service trying to get holy. When you start to become conscious, you don't have any other choice. I can't just walk away from the suffering of the universe because that's me suffering. It's purely selfish. Selfish not in the sense of my separate self, selfish in the sense of the true self, the one self. In this fire and activity that Sri Krishna speaks of, rather than being preoccupied with our separateness, we more and more are aware that we're instruments of that one. When we act as an instrument, our actions purge us of our past karmas without generating any new karma. And when we reach this stage, Krishna considers us both a true renunciate and a karma yogi. For our reflection, I assume most of us, if not all of us, are trying to think good thoughts, speak good words, do good actions. When we're being moved as an instrument of the one, however, our actions are good with a capital G. How are we going to move from good with a small g to good with a capital G? That's the question in spiritual life. Is it possible that we're already acting as an instrument, we just don't know it? Is it the knowing that makes it good with a capital G? Thanks for joining. See you soon. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.